Morning, good morning. We're going to give folks a few more minutes to log on, get comfortable, get your writing utensils. Morning.
Hi.
Hi, Ellie. Quite a few people today. We wait for everyone. Who's first time here today? Anya? You've been here before, Anya, no? Really?
No, I think I took part in like a workshop or a talk over around in the pandemic, but I haven't been to the writer salon yet.
Okay.
I'm
What
happy to
brings
be
you here
here.
besides the snow? What brings you here today? Why today of all days? And this is not to call you out. I just like to see, where you guys stand with your writing. Want to share, Anya? What brought you here today?
Yeah, sure. I think I've been wanting to write to process different emotions and different decisions I'm trying to make, and I just I find all kinds of excuses, I guess. I don't know if excuses, but like I felt like I wanted a disciplined time to write and community. I felt like that could help encourage me to just sit down and write. Because once the hardest thing for me always is taking that first step and just like arrancar, like just to kick off. But once I take that step, I can flow. So that's what I'm looking for, to just take that first step in community.
Welcome to the DWA community. We're here
Thank you.
consistently every Sunday throughout the year
Oh,
offering these workshops. And you could also find past workshops on our YouTube channel. All the workshops are recorded, they're posted on our YouTube channel. You could take them on your own time if you missed them, or if you just want a workshop, you want to take on your own time. And it's usually followed up by a Substack article that I write that same Sunday afternoon, just summarizing what we learned in the workshop and giving you all more resources um, for your writing. We serious over here, okay? Thank you for joining us. I hope to see you back as often as possible. Okay, Raquel, tú tienes el mismo nombre que otra integrante aquí. Bueno, she's not in today. It would have been hilarious. Um,
hi.
but welcome. And today is your first time here?
No, I have assisted to a couple of workshops, but like a long time ago.
¿Y qué
I've
pasó?
also go a lot of things happen.
Life can do it.
Life happen. Yeah, I also been in an open mic. I have met you before in person and yeah, I've been having my reminders on like for 2 weeks now. And every time that I see Dominican writers meeting, I'm like, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. And then I was talking to Maciel here the other day, and she told me that what the workshop today was going to be about. And I'm like, I think that this is my sign. Yeah, I have to stop procrastinating
Okay.
and go.
Yo sé que el miedo a veces debilita a la gente. The fear just keeps you from coming, showing up. But I'm glad that you gave yourself the opportunity today, and I hope you continue to do so in the next coming weeks. Who else is here for the first time?
Oh,
Me,
oh, me too.
Who said me? Who said me?
me, Crystal. Let me turn on the camera.
Crystal, a ti hay que darte una pela lengua.
¿Por qué?
Today is the first day that you come here.
Claro, workshop, yes. Workshop,
Because
yes.
you and I have spoken, and it's like, why are you not here?
Huh?
You and I have spoken, so why are you not here?
Oh, life.
But welcome, welcome. It's about time
Thank
you
you.
showed up. Who else? Who else is here? Genesis is your first time too, right?
Yes, this is my very first time.
Welcome. No me hagan caso. I'm a little rough around the edges, but it's all with love, okay?
No, you're 100% good. So yeah, this is my first time. A friend was telling me, ooh, oh, sorry, I don't know if I got caught. A friend was telling me about the writing workshop. And I don't know if like she comes here regularly or not, but
Your friend.
we were just having a conversation, I think Friday night. And I like to write poetry and I just like to write. And so I'm a teacher, I'm a high school teacher. So I was just telling her like I feel like because of my job, I'm constantly just working and I don't write as much as I used to write. And so she just told me about this opportunity. When I read the description, I was like, oh, great. This is what I need, especially with the political climate. It just feels like it's it's the right time more than anything. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. And congrats on being a Board of Education teacher. I don't know if I should give you congrats or condolences because I know it's hard.
Oh no, it's rough. It's and we're seeing it like
I
day
know
by day
it's rough.
it's changing. And yes, thank you. But it's definitely a sacrifice. I keep saying it's a sacrifice.
All right. We have so many new folks. Jacqueline, I think you're new as well, right?
Yeah, actually, I found out about the group in August. Um, I think I don't know if it was this group, but you all were reading before my train leaves, and I had
Yes.
read that book, and I loved it. And I saw that you all were doing a reading group about it, and I missed it, but I always got the alerts. So you know, it's unfortunate sometimes. Like I live in Queens, so I know they have like different events across the borough, and sometimes I wish I had like the energy to just travel sometimes because I know a lot of different reading groups take place in different places. So I just try to get in where I fit in. But I definitely signed up since August because of a shared reading duo over the
Nice. Welcome. So we haven't
door.
done any recent in-person events, but I definitely invite you all to support Adrian. He's the owner of the World's Boroughs bookstore that's in Queens. I think
Oh
it's the
yeah.
Bedford. It's very easy to get to. Adrian is also hosting writing workshops. I think they're in person. But definitely reach out to him, support him. He's like one of the few male business owners,
And
bookstore
it's one
business
of the
owners.
only diverse bookstores in
Yes.
Queens. Like I just
Well,
learned
no,
about
you
it.
also have Q and Willow.
Q and Willow, yeah.
Um,
Any other?
it's Q and Willow. There's um, I think no, Café con Libro is in Brooklyn. Um,
Yeah.
Alexa, mind your business. Um, what else?
Queens, we're not doing
Yeah, I
good. We need
forget. It's
more.
Q and Willow. Then there's a Spanish bookstore, and then there's the World's Boroughs bookstore
Hmm.
in Queens. So yeah. We will be doing some in-person events starting in February, some open mics, some writing, other additional writing workshops. Yeah, Alexa just keeps answering. I keep, yes, ma'am. Who else? Emily, are you new? Sam, Basma, Gree, I think you've been here. Not sure.
I am new. This is my first class. It's always been on my list, but I'm echoing what everyone else said. I was kind of like, oh, I don't know, but I'm using this opportunity to start now. Well, I've been, writing here and there, but I really want to take it more seriously. So, yeah.
Good. We want you to take it more seriously too. Welcome.
Thank you.
Who else is new?
Hi,
Yeah,
can you hear me?
too.
ladies, you're new?
Yes. Yes, I'm new. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. I've been a member of the email group for years, and I've known about this for years. And every January, like many of us, I'm like, this is going to be the year that I'm going to start going to the classes. And then I miss a few, and I'm like, well, I've already missed a few, so I'll wait till next year.
No, it's okay because it's not a
Um,
series, right?
yeah.
Every Sunday is a different workshop, different genre.
Yeah, so
Um,
coincidentally, I was telling my cousins a story about a dream I had, and I was like, I had to write it down. I'm like, I think I'm gonna start writing. And my cousin sent me the link, and she's like, they have workshops every weekend. And
we love your cousin.
I didn't click on the link till the next day. And then I saw it was the Dominican Writers link, and I'm like, oh my God, if she only knew that I've already known about these for years. So I didn't say anything. And I took it as a sign. And I was like, you know what? That's it. Forget it. And I went immediately and I signed up. And it wasn't until after I signed up that I saw the theme. And I was like, this is insanely meant to be because I believe that that's exactly why I struggle to start writing because I don't want to go to the hurt. So the fact that that was the theme, I was like, oh my goodness, if this isn't a sign, then I don't know what is.
Well, welcome, ladies, and I hope
Yeah.
you continue to um, join the workshops every Sunday. And like I was saying before, we record all the sessions, so if you miss them, you could go onto the YouTube channel and um, you know, self-space, pace, and take the workshop. Sam, welcome. You're new, right?
Yeah, I'm new. I don't know if you remember me, but we met at the community event where Altagracia was. It
Ah, the
was
one we did the longest table with the Jewish
yeah,
YMCA.
yeah, yeah. So that's where I heard about
You work with Altagracia?
I'm a volunteer. Yeah.
Okay, I need to
Yeah.
reach out to you afterwards
Sounds
because
good.
I was trying to
Yeah.
get their contact information.
Oh yeah, yeah,
To
yeah,
offer
yeah.
some workshops to them free of
Oh,
charge.
yeah, that would be
Yeah, because
amazing. Yeah.
we have a grant and we want to be and the ladies were very interested in there.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Yeah, so I'm a volunteer there. I'm a social work grad student right now. I work with DOE. Um,
Okay.
I'm at a middle school, so I'm liking that, but it's gonna come to an end in May. I'm a writer. I've been writing since I was 12, and it's always been like my best friend. It's been the page in the paper has always been a safe space, and I'm at a point where, because with my education, I'm like, estoy sacando todo, estoy examinando todo, estoy reflejando, and I really, really want to publish my memoir. And I'm continuing to work on it. Yeah, it's hora. I feel ready. I'm like, let's go. The thing that kept me for the longest time, though, from coming here is that I'm not Dominican.
All
So
right.
I was like, okay,
Our
okay,
workshops are open to the BIPOC community.
okay. All right.
Yes.
So I thought I'd give it a try. Today it worked out, and it's beautiful. It's snowing. Mother Nature graced us with her snow. So yeah, I'm here. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you for joining us. Who else did I miss?
Hi, I'm Basma. I'm new as
Hi,
well.
Asma.
Yeah, it's been on my list to join one of these. I saw, I think last year, Clavis Natera posted about you guys, and I was like, oh my God, this sounds great. But yeah, like everybody else, life takes over. So now just try to take back some writing time on Sunday. Also not Dominican, but really glad to have a space and a place to be in community with you guys.
Wonderful. Thank you and welcome for joining us. Omar, welcome back. Glad to see you. Happy belated New Year's.
To you as well.
Who else did I miss? I don't think I missed anyone else. Okay. So folks, I'm gonna make some real quick announcements just because I know that sometimes when we start the workshop, people need to leave early for whatever reason. So I just want to make sure that you don't miss this information. So we have a writing workshop starting February 5th. It's called Returning to the Page. It's an immersive 4-week writing lab. And it's a project-centered writing space for writers. I'm not going to teach anything, but I will guide you towards completing a project. It doesn't need to be anything elaborate. For those of you who are working on your memoir, maybe you're working on another type of manuscript, maybe you're working on a children's book, whatever the case may be, it's just protected time for you to work on an existing project. Okay, it's going to be 90-minute sessions with craft guidelines dedicated for writing time, allowing you real progress on your body of work. So if that's something that you feel you need or you want to push yourself to maybe do this consistently, the plan is to do an entire month in February and continue doing that for the rest of the year, as long as you all need it. So it's sort of like an accountability group of sorts, where you could join. And I am going to put this in the chat. I've also sent it in the newsletter, but I will be, if you haven't subscribed, do subscribe to Dominican Writers, because I send out these reminders through our newsletter as well. The second announcement that we have is that the Dominican Writers Conference is coming back May 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. For those of you who don't know what the Dominican Writers Conference is, it is a conference where we highlight all the accomplishments of Dominican American writers in the U.S. Of course, in the US, because we're Dominican American, but Dominican American writers. The first conference was held in 2019 in City College. We have over 300 people in attendance. We had 13 writing workshops, 15 panel discussions. We had literary agents, publishing consultants that you could book time with, to talk to about your manuscript. We had a whole bunch of activities as well, and the plan is to bring that back in May. I will be announcing who the conference is dedicated to pretty soon. And I hope that encourage you all to come through. You do not need to be Dominican to participate. You could just come and enjoy the conference and enjoy the resources. I hope to share a call for proposals. So if any of you, for whatever reason, want to offer a workshop or some sort of activity, you can fill out the Google form and the committee will review it and get back to you on whether or not it was accepted for the conference. Okay, so again, that's May 2nd is May 1st is the reception, the opening, it's evening, and then the conference is Saturday and Sunday all day long. Okay, and I'm probably forgetting something, but I will share with you all later. So These workshops, like I mentioned, are all recorded. You can find them on our YouTube channel. Usually the same day we record them, I try to put them up. The way these workshops work is that there's 7 prompts that you work through for 10 minutes. You write through them. You don't share. I just go straight through. And at the end, then we talk about the workshop. And if you want to share any of the responses to the prompts, then you may do so. Okay, so this is just writing time for you to just flow through your writing. All right, so I am going to, where's my timer? Because I always forget this timer. And I am going to share. Can you see this? Hold on. Can you all see the screen? Yes, no, maybe?
Yes.
Yes, we can. With your
Okay.
timer.
Yes.
Okay, so today's workshop is called Start Where It Hurts, Then Stay There. Most writers know how to enter difficult material. What interrupts the work is not fear alone, but impatience. We rush away from discomfort toward meaning. We summarize too soon. We soften language. We explain what the moment means instead of letting it remain unresolved. In doing so, we rob the work of its pressure. This workshop is built around a single discipline, staying inside a moment of tension without resolving it, staying with sensation, contradiction, and discomfort long enough for the writing to deepen on its own, staying even when the impulse is to escape through reflection, metaphor, or narrative closure. This is not emotional processing. This is not catharsis. This is attention. You are not being asked to confess. You are being asked to hold the moment steady. And the first prompt is choose the moment that doesn't move. This workshop does not work with beginnings, breakthroughs, or moments of revelation. It works with moments that feel suspended, where something is happening eternally or relationally, but nothing resolves. Writers often abandon these moments because they feel static or uncomfortable, mistaking lack of movement for lack of importance. In reality, these are often the most truthful moments in a piece. Choosing a moment that does not go anywhere trains you to value tension over progression and presence over payoff. So the prompt is to write. Choose a moment where time feels suspended. Something is felt, withheld, or resisted. Do not explain how you arrived there. You have 10 minutes for this prompt, beginning now. Okay, the next prompt is remove narrative distance. Distance is one of the most common ways writers protect themselves. We step back from the moment to describe it broadly, summarize its meaning, or position ourselves as observers rather than participants. This prompt strips away that safety by writing in close proximity to the moment, physically and sensorially. You reduce the space available for avoidance and allow the tension to remain immediate and unmediated. Write the moment from close physical proximity. No summary, no overview, only what can be perceived directly. You have 10 minutes for this prompt. Okay, next prompt is emotional labels can flatten experience. Naming a feeling often replaces the work of rendering it. When writers rely on emotional vocabulary, they unintentionally move away from the body into abstraction. This prompt removes that option, forcing the writing to carry emotion through gesture, sensation, and physical response rather than explanation. Continue writing the same moment without using emotional words. Let posture, breath, hesitation, and movement carry the tension. Okay, next prompt. When pressure builds in a scene, writers instinctively move the narrative forward to relieve it, introducing action, decisions, or time shifts. This prompt interrupts that reflex. By refusing to advance the moment, you allow tension to deepen eternally instead of dissipating externally. The goal here is not escalation, but accumulation. Stay right and stay in the exact same moment. When you feel the urge to move forward, slow the writing instead. Let internal pressure intensify without changing circumstances. Okay, next prompt. Interpretation restores control. The moment writers begin explaining what a scene means, why it matters, or what it reveals, they step out of the experience and into authority over it. This prompt trains restraint. Meaning is not eliminated, it is delayed. The work is allowed to remain unresolved and ambiguous, trusting the reader to meet it without guidance. Continue writing the moment while refusing to explain its meaning. If interpretation appears, return immediately to action or sensation. Okay, after this, we only have one more prompt. You're almost there, you're almost at the end. So, writing through physical discomfort. This is the core discipline of the workshop. Writing that carries weight often produces a physical response, tightening, rushing, restlessness, or the urge to stop. Writers usually interpret these sensations as signals to change direction or conclude. Here, they are treated as information. This prompt asks you to notice discomfort without adjusting the writing to make it easier, smoother, or safer. As you write, notice where your body tightens, rushes, or resists. Do not adjust the writing to relieve that sensation. Let the discomfort remain visible on the page. Final prompt. You've made it. Endings are often disguised exits. Writers soften the final lines of a moment by offering insight, resolution, or reflection retroactively, making the discomfort tolerable. This prompt resists that impulse. Ending without closure strengthens the work's authority and preserves the integrity of the moment as it is. Stop writing abruptly. Do not conclude, do not reflect, do not redeem the moment. You have 5 minutes for this prompt. All right, folks, let's put our pens down. We are done. I'm not sharing anymore, right? Okay. How are we feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Don't all rush to share. I think this was a tough workshop.
Yep.
Yes. Okay.
This workshop unlocked a very deep, hidden, funny ass, but not really funny memory that I had. And I never wrote about it because it was that crazy that it sounds fake. But I honestly, it was your first, like, I've been writing to the first prompt this whole entire time. I have like 6 pages of the first prompt. And it's funny that sometimes you start writing about something and then another story is braided into there. So I have like 3 stories in one, but it was good for me.
Okay. Do I still have the timer on? Yeah. Like, what are these numbers? Okay, Maciel, thank you. Yeah, so that was the whole point, that you would all find that moment and continue writing on that moment. Does anyone else want to share how they felt? I'm not going to ask you to share what you wrote unless you're comfortable with that. But how did you feel about the prompts and the writing workshop? What was your experience?
Well, I can share.
Hi,
Hello, everybody.
Katrina.
Hello, it's been a while. Uh,
Yes.
but I kind of forgot about it, and I was kind of cleaning my emails, and then I saw, oh, it's now, it's today. Well, I might as well. And I know I joined a bit late, but what I valued it was mainly just having the space to kind of write, because sometimes and just write freely. I really wasn't thinking of a particular story. I took the prompt as if what was happening to me, what is happening to me right now at this moment in time. And sometimes I feel that that's all you need, really, right now, this moment in time, to write and express something, and without any agenda of a particular piece or to publish it or something, just writing and feeling that joy or not.
All right. Thank you so much. Coming from a 2 times published author.
Actually, three.
See,
Never mind
a
to that.
great example, folks. Okay. What do you say?
Actually,
You were
3 times. Never
three
mind.
times, 3 times.
Never mind.
Um,
Never mind.
Folks, because often we have this idea in our head that our published authors are not going through the same things that you are. They are, okay? They're just in a different, como digo, a different side of the process. Okay? But many started where you are. Some of them go back to these moments. Some of them never leave. Some of them cherish those moments, like they want to feel those things out of the systematic oppression and system that publishing can be. So there you go. Carolina is here after 3 published books. Okay? We love her. Anyone else wants to share?
I
Would
also
Hi,
enjoy. Hi, Angie. I also enjoyed the prompt where it says that don't put feelings on it. Like it was so challenging for me. Um, I mean, because every like it's like I don't know. You always want to describe the feeling that you're feeling, so I appreciate that. Challenge. And again, I think as Karina said, I didn't have anything in mind. Actually, I wrote about the forest cats today. And I think that that was like so deep into the moment, in the presence. And I challenged myself to not write about my feelings, which is like super good. Like, thank you. Yes.
yeah. I mean, it's like we're telling readers how to feel about our writing. Think about that, right? When readers should feel however they want to feel about it. Anyone else?
I relate so much to what Maciel, I'm not sure if I am pronouncing the name right. Relate so much to what you just said about unlocking like 2 memories. I think in the process of writing, there's 2 things that I did not realize that we're stuck like inside of me. It never came to like writing. Um, like I remember growing up and like I came to the US when I was 10 years old. So I wrote about, I read a lot about how when I was in college, I didn't feel like my mom could help me navigate the process of college. But I never stopped to consider that my mom was also navigating a lot of systems that were foreign to her. And so I wrote a lot about that. And I never stopped to realize that. Like, just like I didn't understand a college application, my mom didn't understand this whole process of becoming a citizen or like just where to go next. Like she did it blindly, just like me. And I feel like it healed a part of me and it made me feel like it like made me feel so much like my mom. Like this is my mom as well as me, instead of like a judgment or just a resentment.
Okay, thank you for sharing, Genesis. Anyone else? Dries, I know that you were going through it. Do you want to share?
Hi. Yeah, this was challenging for me a lot. But it was good because I definitely could see how I get really in my head, and really worry about, like I said in the chat, like I'm always like, oh, well, how are they gonna, are they really gonna understand what I'm writing? Or how are they gonna perceive it if I don't start with like prefacing it? Or, at the end, softening it, which that last prompt really gave me some good tips. So I didn't go too deep in memories because again, there's like a physical response too, and I was just like not in the space. So I took it a little lighter, like I was having breakfast. And I kind of just wrote on the five senses of that experience as I was having breakfast. I actually made plátano con salami and things. So it was perfect, just focusing and writing in what was happening in the moment from like the senses and not, like you say, not trying to explain it to get a certain reaction. So I definitely have practice to do in
Good.
that type of.
Okay, that's a great start. All right. Who else wants to share?
I liked how you gave us room to learn how, this concept of tension and how to kind of stretch out the tension, leave the emotion behind. I'm always wanting to explain what I'm talking about or prove why this is what it is. And it's interesting because it brings out kind of a different type, for at least for me. It made me think about, oh, how would a romance writer do some stretching of a moment, right? There's tension. You don't automatically have to go into whatever decision is made, or even when you're, or mystery, right? It's like you have to create all these types of tension. And it was I learned a lot. Like it's techniques that I never really thought of because I want to go right in. Room, esto está pasando por esto y esto y esto. And this really allowed you to kind of be patient with the story, patient with your characters. Um, I wrote a little salacious little thing here today that I didn't know I had in me. And this whole concept of the tension kind of really made it a little like, ooh, it's getting hot in here. And it was fun. So thank you for bringing out kind of a new way of looking at writing.
Yeah, that was not where I expected this to go. But Roseanne, if you want to read tension, Korean series have a lot of tension. Turkish novelas have a lot of tension.
Mm-hmm.
I read a lot of romance, so yeah, there's a lot of they're very good, very, very good at describing those things. So Lourdes, how you feeling? You with us?
Yes. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm just slowly getting more and more sick.
Oh, I'm
So
sorry.
that's why my camera's off. How am I feeling? Woof, man. A little like wrung out. I don't know if that's a good word. Um, like anytime I tried to escape with the writing, I couldn't.
Okay.
Like
You're
I
supposed to
couldn't. It
stay
was,
there. That was the whole
you
point.
know,
Stay there.
it, like I really was. Yeah, like that, it's like really just okay, dang, I gotta stay here, I gotta stay here. Um, until things came out that I wasn't expecting to come out. Like I had no idea that that was I guess like I don't even know what happened. Like this felt like a little portal because I'm listening to y'all and I'm just like, how did we, in so many different ways, have a similar experience? Like, how did that happen? And so I'm just like pretty much like feeling overwhelmed. Um, and also, I don't know, like electrified. That's how I feel right now. That's what's happening for me
All
as
right.
I'm getting more congested.
Um, I don't know if plátano con salami is your comfort food, but whatever that may be for you, go ahead, make some. Crystal, how you feeling?
Hi, I'm feeling good. I agree with Lourdes. Like, it brought out. Let me turn on the camera first of all, because yo siento que tú estás hablando con una alguien que no está ahí. I look horrible, by the way, pero nah. Eh,
Look fine, girl.
I feel like it was really empowering to write. I had a long time that I didn't write, and I like how you like the prompt was to stay there. Like, it brings out actually what the moment really is, you know? And I don't I wanted to share actually a little part of what I wrote, if that's okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I wrote, the room is closed. My hands stay where they are. Doors are open, fingers are replaced with the air that enters and leaves my living room. Nothing interrupts it. A pressure sits behind my ribs. It doesn't ask for permission. It doesn't spread. It just remains. Inside me, everything is active. Nothing advances. I maintain the distance between thought and speech. I remain, and the moment remains within me. That's a little part of it, because
Back to poetry, Crystal, because you a poet.
yeah, but it
Sometimes
really,
we can't avoid the poetry.
yeah, like once you get to the feeling part, yo, you don't want to write no more. Like that's what happens to me. Like once you like you feel the tears coming out, you're just like, yeah, you know what could have been mine.
So
I
that's the
don't want
whole,
to write no
so
more.
right. So that's the whole point, right? That you work through that and you
Yeah,
continue working through that emotion, right?
yeah,
Because as the prompt said, oftentimes we stop or we start something else or, and we just end it. We never, you run away, like Drift says
yeah.
in the chat. Anyone else wants to share? Ladies, how was your experience? And Emily?
Um, I agree with Lourdes. I definitely feel very drained.
Okay.
Um, and it also did uncover a lot of underlying emotions, even though I know we were trying to keep the emotions away. A lot of things did bubble up that I didn't even realize were under the surface in regards to that moment. Um, I feel like I want to sit with it a bit longer, but of course, being a mom and stuff, I'm like, oh my God, I have so many things to do. I'm not gonna have time. Um, so I think I have to kind of like just go through it in my head and then maybe later on sit with it again. I don't know. It's just like Lourdes said, it's a lot.
It's a start, everyone. There's no pressure, there's no demand. No one is waiting for you to do these things. You're doing it for yourself. So don't feel, you know, like you have to take your time to process it, is what I'm trying to say. Um, and you could stop and then continue at another moment. Don't pressure yourself. Emily, Anya, Raquel, do any of you want to share?
Yeah, I'll share. I think it was a really good experience. I wrote about something that's been like on my mind, but it was like too emotional to even verbalize or write about. So it was good putting it into words. And I think the last prompt, just writing about an ending without real closure, that was pretty meaningful because sometimes we go through things and there's really no end point to it. It just is. It's just the situation, and that's all you could write about. So yeah, it was a good experience, and I'm excited to like develop this and work on it a little bit more and
Thank
sit with
you.
it.
Thank you. So again, folks, if you have, if anything in these writing workshops bring up work that you actually feel compelled to extend and for whatever reason, come to the workshop in February and work on that. Okay? It doesn't, like I tell people all the time, your writing doesn't need to end in a book. It could simply be an essay that you submit to a literary journal or to a contest or that you even keep to yourself. That you don't there's no need to share it with anyone unless you want to, but there's so many ways that your writing can manifest itself. Um, Anya, you want to share?
Yeah, sure. No, this was really like a body centered experience for me. I think the snow, I'm like sitting by a window and looking at the snow falling and it's just that was a big theme for me because I get really excited with the snow. Like I feel a rush. And so like there were things, it was kind of like the snow helped me to like connect with that, like feel that emotion inside me and the sensations because I was like, I can't wait to get out again. I went earlier. Like I can't wait to get out again and feel it and like play and
Oh,
just be in that
you're,
energy.
you're a snow person.
I am. And it just, and so, I, there were times when I had to stop writing because I was just feeling a lot of like rush in my body, because of the emotions coming up for me with what I was writing about. And I was also surprised with myself at how, um, all open and vulnerable I was able to be on paper. And I let myself express things that otherwise I would be ashamed about or embarrassed about. And so that was great.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing, Anya.
Yeah.
And last but not least, Raquel.
Yes, well, I wanted to give you thanks first because this workshop made me go back to a moment that although it was like very hard and hurtful for me, I went back and I felt all the things that I needed to feel, but I also came back to me. Like, yeah, I went through that, but I'm not in the same place anymore. And I just like gave writing a space for that part of me to feel again and to go through that again, but also be like, I thought that in that moment, there was like no out or another option. But now I'm here and I'm like, there was. And it just like um made me really happy. I also wanted to share a little of what I wrote, if that's okay.
Go on.
Um, a question that would surface in my mind constantly was is just all of this in life? Is it just that raw, suffocating, crude sadness? Para mí se sentía como estar parada en un precipicio mirando un lugar desolado, just empty. That would make me crash out just right then and there. Looking back, I do not blame myself. Those reactions were completely valid, contrasting the emotions that were provoking them. I would look at myself in the mirror, Chinese eyes, red nose, pumping lips, cheeks flusters, and when I would look right into my eyes, solo veía mi alma rota y yo no sabía qué hacer con tanto. Solo pedía a los cielos que me ayudara. So when I wrote that and now I read it again, like, yes, I go back, but I'm also so grateful that I'm not there.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you, Raquel. Natasha, I almost forget to ask you. How did you feel?
Hi. It was at times uncomfortable. I was like getting sleepy and I'm like, okay, why am I getting sleepy? Start to cry, want to stop. So I was like, yeah, it did the thing that it was supposed to do. I'm very curious about why. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to thinking about it some more.
Okay, wonderful. I'm always glad that you guys receive these workshops like this and that it makes you get into the writing as deeply as you do. Maciel, you wanted to share something?
Yeah, a little part of it. Like I said, this turned into like a whole nother level, but um, I guess I'll read this side. I sit by the bar of the colmado as I wait for Kiko to make my tostada de queso y un morir soñando. There's something about the way Kiko blends that freshly squeezed orange juice, carnation milk, and azúcar that makes it all feel calculated, even though Kiko doesn't believe in measuring. His eyes know exactly when to stop pouring the creamy leche and start stirring. Kiko has owned this colmado since before I was born. He finally got his hands on the space when the previous owner decided to open his colmado in after hours and secretly turn it into El Bayou del Bloque. The smell of Presidente beer and sex reeked out of the windows, the neighbors complaining of the loud music until 5 a.m. every day, not just Sundays. Freddy's Colmado was the place where all the menores would go to get a little lit before having to convince themselves that dirty money was better than zero money. It wasn't until Freddy decided he was tired of being the government's main source of income. He thought that his years of providing algo para la cena were done. They knew exactly what was happening, sometimes being clients themselves. But for some reason, los policías del diablo, as he would call it, still expected more and more to look the other way. Once that was over, so was Freddy's time on his throne. Kiko was dedicated to revamping the place, thinking an all-green colmado with illustrations of fruits, presidentes, and sandwiches would wash the colmado's history away. And in some way, it did. Soon as Kiko took over, the streets were quieter. No more Presidente rolled the streets. No more mujeres standing outside pretending to be waiting for a ride. No more musical at all hours of the day. It was as if the entire neighborhood was given a second chance. Una tostada y un morisoñando para la dama, Kiko said as he slid the white plastic plate with my tostada still breathing out warmth, the steam rising off the plate. ¿Y todo eso, Kiko? I would ask him, as I realized he had made me a quadruple sandwich. Y yo tengo cara de hambre, I would say, and we would both laugh, knowing that I could eat 56 of Kiko's tostadas. They were like that good. As I prepared to take my first bite, I get this feeling that I shouldn't be here. You know, like that moment that your heart slows and beats hard like a drum in your chest, like a warning, and then proceeds to its normal beat. I turn around, making sure to keep an eye on my surroundings. After all, my red skin, green eyes, and castaño hair scream gringa around here. Mommy only let me come to Kiko's because he was only 1 block away and they had grown up together, so she knew que él era un hombre serio. I lean in and take a small bite, tú sabes, disimulando, and watch the cheese create tight ropes that lead to my taste buds. Jeffrey, out of breath, enters the colmado. More, nos tenemos que ir, he said, gasping in between his words. ¿Y por qué? Ahora es que yo voy a comer. Right before he answers, I see his eyes and head move in the direction of a pasolita. His pupils following in slow motion, his mouth opens slightly. He looks at me, then at the pasola, then back at me. Ahora, he says. But before I could even ask, pero por qué? I hear someone say, Amanda. Amanda, the same name of the woman who had called a month prior, sounding like the phone was intentionally left open, intentionally calling to let mommy hear her moans on the other line. Amanda, the same name of the woman Papi was seeing, and let convinced that Junior wasn't his and that a DNA test had to be made because mommy was lying all this time, according to her. Amanda, the reddish orange palo seco mustache having cuero del barrio. Without turning around, I already knew it was her. Hola, Maciel. Hola, sucia, I responded. The entire colmado quiet. Jeffrey, Kiko, and I knew it was about to go down. and I'll
Okay.
stop there.
Maciel, we're gonna need part 2, part 3, y el final. Was this a true story? Okay. So I don't know how
Yes, this is a true story about a time that my sister and I decided to chase a woman that we had figured out was talking shit, and my mom didn't want to do anything. So we were like, espérate, we had to do something. So that's why I told you that I was on the first prompt because I was like, okay, I'm dragging this, and then another story, and then I was like, oh, but wait, this happened, and then this happened, and it was crazy. Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know if you're working on a short story collection. I would highly recommend that you consider it. Because there's, you could write this Kiko story and then you could pick another story similar to it and include it in that collection. So I highly encourage you. I know you a poet, that's where your passion lies, but it may be time for you to step out of that and try something different. I mean, you're definitely great at it. Everybody was very engrossed in your story. Um, so, come to the workshop in February. I know you mentioned that you were gonna come, but definitely join.
Yeah, I feel like for the first time, I was trying to write poetry and I got like the opposite, which has never happened in my life. I'm usually mad because I'm trying to write a short story and it comes out as a poem. But recently, I don't know, la musa tiene mucho que decir, parece.
Wonderful, beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing. I think everybody loved it. They put it in the chat. Crystal said this was too good. Yo quiero saber cómo un colmado turned into a bayou. I have so many questions about Kiko. But yeah, thank you for sharing. So folks, the writing workshop for next week is on the website. I forget the name, but if you go onto the link, you'll see that there. I will post this video on the YouTube in a few and also followed up by a Substack article where I'll give you more resources and information on how to continue writing on this topic on your own. Okay. Raquel, you wanted to share something?
Yeah, I actually wanted to ask you because I didn't know if I signed up in the correct way. Because I signed up and I followed the link, like I put it into my Google Calendar, but I didn't receive any emails. So I just wanted to know if that is
You didn't receive any email, what?
when I subscribe again, like into the website, like in Dominican Writers, so I can receive like the other links for the other meetings and like the other stuff.
When did you subscribe?
I signed up for let me check, I had it here.
So there's a subscription button on the top right. Is it? No. Yes, on the top right of the menu, there's a subscription button link where you put your full name and your email to subscribe to the newsletter. But the registration to the workshops are something different. You're just registering for that workshop.
Okay.
And you
Okay.
get the link for the workshop, which you put on your calendar. But to
That makes sense.
subscribe to the website, you click on subscribe on the menu.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
And then it
Thank
takes you
you.
to another page where you put your name and your email and you get the information. Oh, I just realized this picture has this author that passed away last year. The picture we have there. But yes, folks, thank you so much for joining us today. Happy Sunday. Stay warm. Continue writing. And see you next week.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Angie.
Bye.